Well, how does it sound to run the strip at night? That's what Rock and Roll Running Series Las Vegas is all about. Coming up on City Beat, we're exploring the ultimate running party in the entertainment capital of the world. Don't go anywhere because City Beat starts right now.
From Las Vegas, this is City Beat.
Welcome to City Beat. I'm Mike Davis. Thanks so much for joining us. This time on City Beat, we're exploring the excitement surrounding Rock and Roll Las Vegas going down this weekend. We're talking about everything from the 5K and 10K to the half marathon and all the festivities and storylines surrounding the race. Joining the action today on the panel, we have Nicole Christensen, Rock and Roll Run Series Race Director, Courtney Zuby, Marketing and Entertainment with Rock and Roll Run Series, and there he is, Chris Bennett, a participant in this year's race. Thanks for being here, guys. So Nicole, let me start with you. For people who aren't really familiar with Rock and Roll Marathon, what makes this event so special and unique?
Well, this is really a running event, but on steroids. So we've kind of taken a traditional running event and turned it on its head. And that starts with just simply waking up, not waking up early, right? So we've taken what is normally a traditional running event and turned it into the world's largest running party, like you said, in the entertainment capital of the world. Right. So you can expect a party the entire time. We have a 3-day health and fitness expo at Resorts World with DJs, live activations. We have our 5K downtown that finishes at Fremont Street experience with a runner's party at the Downtown Event Center. And then Sunday is our main event, and that's where all the magic happens. We have a Lululemon yoga on the strip. We have our half marathon and our 10K at 4:30 p.m. And that's like really where everything is. You have a start line in front of New York, New York, a finish line in front of the Bellagio fountains.
Right.
And then our finish line is actually transformed into its own finish line party where we have alcohol, obviously, Prosecco. And then we actually have a dance floor.
It's such a cool thing, and coming up in a little bit, we're going to be talking about why it's such a perfect fit with Las Vegas. But you're wearing the perfect shirt right now, Nicole, to show this, because I mean, it really is a run party. Whereas so many of these running events, I mean, listen, Chris, I have the perfect runner's body. If you take a look at me, it just looks like I'm in peak physical fitness, fitness. But Chris, you're somebody who's actually participating, who's done this before for many years. Can you express to our audience what it's really like to run at night on the strip in Las Vegas? That must be such a thrill.
It's great, and since it's moved to February, they used to host it in November, or we used to host it.
Yeah.
And I think February is better suited. You know, the Super Bowl's over, and you know, we have the strip to ourselves. They shut it down. And it's just so much fun. I mean, you know, they've changed the course several times throughout, you know, the last decade or so. But I think they've got it right, because for someone coming in from out of town, not only do you get to, you know, run by the Las Vegas sign all the way down to Fremont, and then you come back and finish in front of Cosmopolitan, but the organization is incredible. You guys do a phenomenal job. And it's something where even as a local, you know, barring COVID when all the streets and hotels were shut down, this is a much happier occasion where there's no cars on the strip, it's just runners. It's
a unique experience. Courtney, you know, we're going to be getting and diving into all the entertainment and all those kinds of things happening beyond the running, but you know, the preparation to put on an event like this, kind of give us a little glimpse into what that looks like, because I can imagine there's just months and months, maybe even years of planning to continually put this event on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've started 2026 prep already. It starts the moment we touch down in Vegas for the 2025 event. We sell next year's event on site for this year, but we work year round. There's no off time. We try to build upon the previous year's experience and kind of make changes and improvements every year that just make it better and better. So it's not like we're starting from the ground floor every single year, but we really do try to reinvent, renew the experience every year, so it's fresh.
And so I'm right on this, just to make sure. So this year, it's the 17th edition here in Las Vegas, right? But this is something that's been going on for over 25 years?
Yeah, the Rock and Roll Running Series was founded in 1998, and it's really grown from there. But this specific event, Vegas, 17 years running, is exciting.
Guys, coming up in a little bit, we're going to be learning what's new about this year's event. All that and more coming up after these words.
You're watching Sin City Beat.
The Rock and Roll Running Series has been in existence for more than 25 years, but the first time it hit Vegas was back in December 2009. So Courtney, what makes Las Vegas such a special city for Rock and Roll Running Series?
I mean, I think it's kind of hand in hand. It's a city that is full of the entertainment capital of the world, and we bring entertainment to the run. So, I mean, it kind of fits perfectly to have this run along Las Vegas Boulevard, and we're bringing the entertainment on course, and we're bringing the entertainment from the moment you touch down in Vegas to the moment you leave or you go home after the race.
It has to hit differently here. I mean, Nicole, I don't want to put you on the spot. You guys are constantly putting on events in other parts of the world, but is Vegas more special than every other one? You're just gonna see. That's why I like Nicole. See, you're just gonna say it. You're not even shy. It is more special than every other one.
Vegas is the crown jewel of our series. There is no doubt about that. For a lot of reasons. One, we're doing something that no other event does, but we're also doing something that no other city can do, which is what I think makes Vegas so special. We create experiences here that no other city in the world can do. And I think that is when you look at our series, we have events all over the world, but just like any event that comes to Vegas, there is no comparing to Vegas.
Yes, I remember the first year I covered the event when I first moved here, and I became friends with people who were coming from Australia. I mean, from all different parts of the globe to come to Vegas. The demographics in terms of participants this year. So we have runners traveling from all 50 states, over 60 countries. 56% of participants are female, 44% are male, 75% of participants are from outside Las Vegas. Chris, the local perspective. You know, you're plugged into this community, 100%. Tell us, what is it like amongst the locals? What's the word on the street? What do you hear from participants over the past few years, and just how much they revel in this experience?
Well, again, this is a unique experience that you can't get in any other city. I've run San Diego and Arizona, and they do such a phenomenal job hosting those events as well. But just to be out and you actually see the hotels turn the lights on as you're running, and the energy is incredible. Spectators, the whole 13 miles, and I just think there's no place like Vegas. I mean, you'll get a local, all the running clubs participate. They don't have a problem, paying a fee to run in their own city because they get the Strip to themselves and they get downtown to themselves, and that's unique.
The feedback that you get, Courtney, from people, I mean, you're actually from my neck of the woods in the Pennsylvania area. The feedback you get, the juice that comes along with take a look at this video right now. I mean, it is kind of like it's a party, and you're also getting some health and wellness injected into your life. It's a pretty good balance.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I hear people coming from all over, being the one who, kind of communicates with, run clubs traveling from the other countries, and, just stories from people on the ground. It's truly an event like no other. People really, you said it best, have no issue paying to run on the Strip because you are getting a one-of-a-kind experience.
Now, Nicole, this year, I mean, because every year you already said, Courtney, you guys are already thinking 2026. So on this show, we can't get into that. We got to stay a little bit more about this weekend. But tell us, Nicole, this year, what's going to be different than from years past? If you're a guy like Chris, if you're somebody who's always plugged in and always coming to these events, what's happening this weekend that's different from years past?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things. One is we've completely reimagined the course experience. So our bread and butter of the series is entertainment along the course. but this is Vegas, so we got to do it a little differently. So what we've done is now created, every stage has its own unique experience, similar to what you'd see at a festival.
Ooh.
So rather than having just a DJ or a live band along the course, we actually have different stages with unique personalities. So Vintage Vegas, picture a DJ spinning vintage Vegas songs, Frank Sinatra, Rat Pack. We have a In Our Strip at Night era, which I don't know if anyone can guess what that is.
Taylor Swift, maybe?
Taylor Swift, maybe?
See, I'm plugged in.
You're plugged in. So what we
Swifties love this show.
well, perfect. So we've got something for the Swifties. So what we've done is really tried to create experiences that participants run through rather than just something that they see along the course. And then we also have Fontaine Bleu is our newest partner, and they are hosting our first ever official after party at Live Nightclub.
Yes.
So participants can actually cross the finish line and then in their running clothes go into Live Nightclub.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool.
Every year we're trying to just up the ante.
I love it. All right, guys, coming up next, we're going to be talking all about the crazy storylines from this year's event. Yes, from a 90-year-old man running the half marathon to the countless cancer survivors showing their strength. Hear about some of these heartwarming stories from this year after the break. All right, welcome back to Sin City Beat. There's so many inspiring people and storylines that make up Rock and Roll Running Series. Let's start here, though. I love this. The oldest participant is a 90-year-old man named Roger from Canada. He's doing the half marathon. We're going to be learning a little bit more about him. But Chris, let me start with you. You're doing something special, something you do almost every year. You're participating this year, but you're going to be pushing somebody named Wonderful. Tell us, because this all sounds wonderful to me. So tell me what's happening.
It is. My running partner, Amy Stevens, and I have been pushing Wonderful the last 3 or 4 years. It simply makes this particular race my favorite marathon or half marathon of the year. You know, so many of these rider athletes, you know, they can't necessarily run or walk the 13 miles themselves. So there's specialized chairs that, you know, run about $5,000 to $6,000 each. And, you know, Team Hoyt has anywhere between 15 to 25 participants each year. Typically, it's a 2-person team that does the pushing. And we get to start at the very front. We start ahead of the pros. So we have a wide open view for about 3 to 5 minutes before.
It's a special thing, and even before we started taping, you were telling me, you know, first of all, I love how inclusive this event is, but even some nonverbal participants who are, they're expressing so much enthusiasm and joy through this event. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh my
Chris?
gosh, yes. The kids that are, and the young adults that are nonverbal are perhaps, you know, the best, because they get out there and they give more high fives and more smiles than you'll see from, you know, from any other participant, guaranteed. And, you know, they proudly have, you know, lights on their chairs and their, you know, names posted clearly. So they get cheers, you know, for the entire hour and a half, hour 45 that we're out there. And it's something to behold.
That's a special thing.
It is.
Let's talk about this, Courtney and Nicole. So, I mean, I'm 33. I feel like I'm about 107. I'm aging like an avocado, frankly. You know, you go to the supermarket, you get an avocado, and it's done in a day. You know, pretty much.
An hour window.
Yeah, it's a small window. But we have the oldest participant in the half marathon is a 90-year-old from Canada named Roger. Who wants to tackle this one? I think that's just such a fun thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it shows anyone can do this, right? And I think I'm going to look out for him, though, because I kind of want to, like, run in with him to the finish line. Absolutely. I think he deserves 2 glasses of Prosecco.
Oh, maybe
more?
I hope he's twerking at Live after, you know, that's my real hope. But the youngest participant in the half marathon is a 12-year-old from Las Vegas named Finn. So there's so many storylines. Courtney, is there one that really speaks to you that you think from a human interest standpoint, people at home are just going to love to hear?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so hard to narrow down to one because every person you talk to has a why and has a story and has an incredible reason for being there, whether it be they just want to have fun with their buddies on Las Vegas Boulevard or they are 90 years old and they've been, you know, training for this for years and years, and this is like their one huge achievement of the year of however many years. It's tough to narrow it down because they're truly every single person at that start line has an incredible story and an incredible reason.
I mean, so many survivors, people who are going through cancer treatment. I mean, there's just, it's a beautiful thing. Nicole, I'd be curious, how many years have you been, working with the Rock and Roll Run series? How many years is this for you?
I started in 2011.
Okay.
And so I've been overseeing the whole event for about 5 years now. But I've been involved in it for over a decade.
And overseeing it, I mean, what has it meant to you just personally to see these stories? Because I know when I was covering it more on site as a reporter in my early years here in Las Vegas, it just seems like even the participants are all they have a special quality about them. It's like you're almost running amongst people who all have a similar energy and feel. What has it meant to you personally, and what have you gleaned from so many of these people?
Well, I think, we talk about like the experience and the entertainment, and I think like that's wonderful, but all kind of that aside, they always say if you want to see true human emotion, to go to a finish line. And I think that is our why, is we are giving people something, to be proud of, an accomplishment. And Courtney's right, every person here has a why. And if you see me at the finish line, I cry almost every year at the finish line, truly. Because what we are doing, it means something. And it means every person, 5K, 10K, half marathon, whether you're being pushed, whether you're doing the pushing, whether you're walking, whether you're running, we're giving people something that they may not have thought they could do. And so I think for me in all the years, like, we're simply creating a vessel for people to come to do something like this.
Yeah, it must be super fulfilling. Well, we're almost here at the finish line of Sin City Beat. You're going to have to stick around, because is Roger, the 90-year-old from British Columbia, going to twerk on camera here before he does the race, even before Liv? You don't know. You got to stick around, because after the break, there's a lot more details on the race and all the surrounding events and activities. And Chris, you and I, we could twerk as well, too, if we wanted, if we wanted.
Absolutely.
All right, stick around. Music and entertainment, yoga, an official after party. It's just some of the pre and post run activities going on this weekend. So Courtney, tell us about some of the entertainment and the excitement surrounding the actual running.
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, it's from literally start to finish entertainment. So our health and fitness expo isn't just a health and fitness expo, it's a packet pickup party, and we have DJs spinning the whole time. Our Saturday 5K and our Saturday night runners party also have a great lineup on course, and then DJs afterwards. Yoga on the Strip on Sunday has some DJs. It's kind of more of an upbeat yoga experience. And then of course, like Nicole mentioned, on course Saturday or Sunday evening, we have reinvented the entire entertainment experience.
So let's paint a picture for people. So people who have never participated, like myself, I mean, when you're actually running, there's like music being like plugged in all around you. Like you're charged up with stuff. Like, so you don't even have to come with your AirPods.
No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't come. You might miss something. No, it's really truly from the moment you get to the start line, even the start village, we have your ears and your mind captivated from honestly the start line. And I even say like the finish line is just the beginning too, because you also have, all the entertainment after. So you can expect stages, experiences, and not to mention a jam-packed course of people that are out there who may not even have known this event was happening,
right.
And they're just here, and suddenly they see that the strip is shut down and there's 30,000 people running.
Yeah, and speaking of that, so from the local perspective, Nicole, shed a little light on this. So the work that goes into actually shutting down.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're like
I'm
I
already
can see it on
thinking
your
about
face.
it.
You're
Yeah.
like, so what does that even look like? Because that sounds exhausting. I don't even know if I can run now. I'm exhausted thinking about that. That's incredible.
Yeah, we might have to get you down there for that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's a full, we are closing all of Las Vegas Boulevard, north and south. So we need police, we have traffic control, we have staff, security. We aren't closing a lane, we're closing all lanes. And it's pretty special what we're doing. And we really are the only private event that's able to shut this much of the boulevard down. So it's a huge effort. It takes, and like Courtney said, this is a year-long planning process.
What's the figure? How many participants are there this year? Do we know that?
About 30,000.
30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, you're one of the 30,000. tell us, what's your preparation like? I mean, let's start from breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then get into everything you do. No, but
Don't forget brunch.
Well, exactly, brunch too.
That's a good question. And I think for me, I will get up, go for a swim, walk the dogs, and not drink at brunch. Because it is on a Sunday, but these ladies have it starting at 3 or 3:30?
No, 4:30.
4:30,
Yeah.
okay. So just keep it clean that day.
But in prepper, all these months in prepper, I mean, I can't even imagine what your aura ring says. It must be so in love with you, this aura ring. I mean,
No.
Tell me, what are you doing in preparation for an event like this? You know,
Really just coming with the right attitude. That really is it. Because at this point, we go out there and have a really good time, and make sure our rider athlete is having a blast. And just to corroborate what we were talking about earlier, this is not a time to put your AirPods in, because there's so much entertainment, there's so much happiness, and there's so many different accents that you'll experience on the strip that you should be present for this one.
Okay.
So that's the best advice I can provide.
Do you do intermittent fasting? What do you do? I need to.
No.
After the show, I'm going to get a whole long list of what you do. Real quickly, Courtney and Nicole. So last words on this. What do you want people at home to take home and just know about this if they haven't participated? Maybe like me, 2026 is what we're looking for. But just tell everybody at home what they should know about this event and why they should participate.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like any race you've ever experienced. It's not like anything you've ever experienced until you've run down the shutdown strip at night and you've seen the band stages and you've seen the spectators. You haven't experienced it.
All right, Nicole?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. It's something you need to see to believe. I have been to many finish lines in my life, and I believe our finish line in front of the Bellagio fountains is probably the most iconic in the world. So, yeah, I would. This is not your traditional running event. You don't need to be a runner to do this.
Okay, see, there you heard it. Chris, Nicole, Courtney, thank you so much, guys. Make sure you go check out Rock and Roll Running Series. Goes on all over the globe, but in Vegas, it's extra special. Chris, I'm thinking you do the Tom Brady avocado smoothie, like avocado smoothie, avocado ice cream. We're going to learn about it. Guys, enjoy Rock and Roll Running Series. We'll see you next time.